Human life unfolds amid countless events, opinions, circumstances, and uncertainties. Many of these lie far beyond our authority. Yet people often spend enormous emotional energy wrestling with forces they can never command. A Stoic mind recognizes a crucial distinction. There are things within our influence and things entirely outside it. Peace begins the moment this distinction becomes clear. Every day the world presents a whirlwind of happenings, unexpected criticism, sudden success, delays, misunderstandings, accidents, shifting trends, and unpredictable behavior from others. Most individuals instinctively react with frustration, anxiety, or anger when these situations do not align with their expectations. The Stoic perspective transforms this reaction entirely. Instead of exhausting the mind over uncontrollable conditions, the Stoic calmly redirects attention toward the only territory truly governed by personal power: thoughts, decisions, and actions. Consider the vast sky above us. Storms gather, winds roar, and clouds travel across the horizon without seeking our permission. No person can command the sky to remain permanently clear. Yet many individuals attempt something equally impossible within daily life. They try to dictate how others should think, how events should unfold, or how fate should arrange circumstances. When reality refuses to obey, disappointment grows heavy. Stoic wisdom teaches that this struggle is unnecessary. Rather than attempting to control the storm, one learns to guide the ship with skill and composure. The essence of focusing on what can be controlled lies in mental discipline. Thoughts possess remarkable power. They shape interpretation, determine emotional response, and guide behavior. While external conditions may remain uncertain, the mind retains the extraordinary ability to choose perspective. A person may encounter criticism, yet instead of absorbing humiliation, the Stoic calmly evaluates whether the criticism contains truth. If useful, it becomes a tool for improvement. If baseless, it fades like distant noise. Human frustration frequently emerges from misplaced expectations. People expect universal fairness, constant appreciation, and smooth progress. Reality rarely offers such guarantees. When expectations collapse, anger and despair arise. The Stoic approach replaces expectation with preparation. Instead of assuming life will behave according to personal wishes, the Stoic anticipates unpredictability and strengthens resilience beforehand. Energy, like time, is a precious resource. Every moment spent worrying about uncontrollable matters silently drains vitality. Endless speculation about the opinions of strangers, the decisions of distant authorities, or the unfolding of uncertain future events slowly weakens concentration. Stoic individuals guard their attention carefully, investing it only where meaningful influence exists. Personal conduct represents the heart of this influence. Character, integrity, patience, courage, and wisdom remain entirely within one's authority. No external force can compel dishonesty unless the mind chooses it. No circumstance can steal kindness unless the heart abandons it voluntarily. This realization empowers individuals to reclaim control over the most significant aspects of life. Imagine two individuals facing identical adversity. Both encounter criticism, obstacles, and unexpected setbacks. The first person reacts impulsively, complaining about unfair treatment, blaming others, and replaying frustrations repeatedly. The second individual pauses, reflects, and chooses a thoughtful response. The obstacle remains the same, yet the inner experience differs dramatically. The difference lies not in circumstance but in control over reaction. The Stoic mindset treats reactions as deliberate choices rather than automatic impulses. Anger may arise naturally, yet the Stoic does not immediately surrender to its intensity. Instead, a quiet moment of reflection interrupts the impulse. That moment creates space for reason, allowing wisdom to guide behavior rather than emotion. Control over perspective can transform even the harshest experiences into valuable instruction. Difficult moments often carry lessons hidden beneath discomfort. When individuals focus solely on the unfairness of the event, the lesson disappears unnoticed. When attention shifts toward personal growth, the same experience becomes a powerful teacher. Society frequently encourages individuals to chase influence over external recognition, status, reputation, popularity, and admiration. These factors depend heavily on other people's perceptions, making them unreliable foundations for fulfillment. Stoic thinking encourages a different path. Rather than chasing applause, one cultivates excellence in personal conduct. Reputation may fluctuate, yet character remains steady. The ability to focus exclusively on controllable actions also creates remarkable emotional stability. When disappointment appears, the Stoic examines the situation through a calm lens. Was my effort sincere? Were my actions guided by reason and integrity? If the answer is yes, then peace remains intact regardless of the outcome. Results belong to circumstances. Effort belongs to the individual. This philosophy does not promote passivity or indifference. Stoics pursue improvement, ambition, and contribution with extraordinary dedication. The difference lies in where attention rests. They work diligently, yet they do not chain their happiness to results beyond their command. Success becomes satisfying, but failure does not destroy composure. Such mental clarity also strengthens resilience during turbulent periods. When chaos surrounds daily life, many people feel powerless because they attempt to manage the entire storm. Stoics concentrate on smaller, meaningful spheres of control, maintaining patience, acting ethically, speaking thoughtfully, and making rational decisions. These consistent choices gradually shape a powerful sense of inner stability. Control over personal conduct also cultivates dignity. Regardless of circumstance, individuals retain the ability to respond with fairness, wisdom, and composure. External pressures may attempt to provoke anger or desperation, yet the Stoic refuses to surrender self-mastery. Life becomes lighter when attention withdraws from uncontrollable matters. Worry loses its grip. Complaints lose their attraction. Energy returns to purposeful effort. The mind becomes clear, steady, and focused. Decisions grow wiser, reactions become calmer, and the individual moves through unpredictable events with quiet confidence. Every moment presents a silent choice: waste energy resisting reality or invest energy shaping personal conduct. The Stoic path chooses the latter repeatedly, guiding attention toward discipline, reason, and deliberate action within the boundaries of genuine influence. Human emotion is a powerful force. It can elevate the spirit to remarkable heights or plunge the mind into restless turbulence. Anger, fear, jealousy, excitement, disappointment, these feelings surge through the human experience like waves across an open ocean. Many people live at the mercy of these emotional tides, reacting instantly, speaking impulsively, and regretting decisions moments later. A Stoic mind chooses a different path. Instead of becoming a prisoner of emotion, it cultivates calm awareness and thoughtful reasoning. The Stoic understanding of emotion does not demand the elimination of feeling. Emotion is part of human nature, as natural as breathing or thinking. What Stoicism teaches is mastery rather than suppression. The Stoic does not silence emotion. The Stoic guides it with intelligence. Feelings may appear suddenly, but they do not dictate behavior. Between emotion and reaction, the Stoic inserts a moment of reflection. That brief pause possesses extraordinary power. Within that pause lies the ability to transform chaos into clarity. When anger erupts, most people respond immediately, allowing irritation to sharpen their words and cloud their judgment. The Stoic mind observes the rising anger with quiet awareness, recognizing its presence without surrendering to it. Instead of reacting blindly, the Stoic evaluates the situation through the calm lens of reason. Reason functions like a steady lantern in a dark corridor. When emotions dominate, perception becomes distorted. Small problems appear enormous. Minor disagreements transform into dramatic conflicts. Reason restores proportion. It allows the mind to analyze reality rather than exaggerate it. Imagine a heated argument between two individuals. One person reacts emotionally, raising their voice, launching accusations, and escalating tension. The other maintains composure, speaking calmly, listening carefully, and responding with measured clarity. The emotional storm eventually exhausts itself, but the calm presence of rational thinking prevents unnecessary destruction. Emotional reactions often originate from wounded pride or fragile expectations. A careless remark, an unexpected criticism, or an inconvenient obstacle can ignite strong feelings within seconds. Yet these feelings frequently exaggerate the true significance of the event. Stoic discipline encourages individuals to step back and question their immediate interpretation. Is the situation truly as severe as it appears? Is the reaction proportional to the event? This habit of mental questioning gradually strengthens emotional balance. The Stoic learns to distinguish between genuine threats and temporary discomfort. Many emotional outbursts arise from trivial frustrations, delays, misunderstandings, differing opinions, or minor inconveniences. When viewed through reason, these irritations lose much of their dramatic intensity. Another important element of Stoic calmness involves understanding the impermanence of emotional states. Feelings surge quickly, yet they rarely remain constant. Anger burns intensely but fades. Fear feels overwhelming yet eventually dissolves. Excitement peaks and then settles. Recognizing this temporary nature helps the Stoic resist impulsive reactions during emotional peaks. Patience becomes an essential companion to rational thinking. When a difficult situation appears, the Stoic mind slows down rather than rushing toward immediate judgment. Careful observation replaces instant reaction. Listening becomes more valuable than arguing. Thoughtful silence often carries greater wisdom than hurried speech. Self-awareness also plays a crucial role in maintaining emotional composure. Stoic individuals develop a habit of observing their own thoughts and feelings with remarkable honesty. When irritation begins to rise, they notice it early. When anxiety begins whispering doubts, they recognize its voice. This awareness allows the mind to intervene before emotion grows overwhelming. Calm reasoning does not eliminate passion. It refines it. A Stoic may still feel enthusiasm, compassion, determination, or excitement, yet these emotions remain guided by wisdom rather than recklessness. Passion fueled by reason becomes productive and purposeful rather than chaotic. Modern society often celebrates dramatic reactions. Social media amplifies outrage, arguments escalate rapidly, and emotional responses attract attention. In such an environment, calm rationality becomes a rare and valuable strength. A composed individual stands apart from the surrounding noise, demonstrating quiet authority through thoughtful behavior. Leadership especially benefits from emotional discipline. A leader overwhelmed by anger or panic spreads instability among others. A leader who remains calm during uncertainty inspires confidence and trust. Stoic reasoning enables individuals to navigate crises with steady judgment, making decisions based on clarity rather than panic. Emotional control also protects relationships. Many conflicts arise not from serious disagreements, but from impulsive words spoken during emotional moments. A Stoic understands the lasting impact of careless speech. By pausing before responding, the Stoic protects both dignity and harmony. Resilience grows naturally from rational composure. When adversity appears, emotional reactions may magnify despair or helplessness. Reason offers a constructive alternative. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" the Stoic asks, "What can be learned from this situation?" The focus shifts from frustration to improvement. Calm thinking also sharpens decision-making. Important choices require careful analysis, long-term perspective, and thoughtful consideration of consequences. When emotions dominate the mind, these elements disappear. Rational reflection restores balance, allowing decisions to emerge from wisdom rather than impulse. Inner tranquility gradually develops through this discipline. Emotional storms may still appear, but they no longer control the direction of life. The Stoic mind becomes like a deep lake. Surface ripples may form, yet beneath them lies profound stillness. This stability creates a powerful sense of freedom. When emotions dictate behavior, individuals become predictable and easily manipulated. Insults provoke anger. Praise inflates pride. Fear paralyzes action. A rational mind remains independent, choosing responses deliberately rather than reacting automatically. Hardship arrives in every human life with an undeniable certainty. It appears through disappointment, failure, criticism, uncertainty, loss, and struggle. Many people instinctively interpret these experiences as unfair burdens placed upon their path. They resist them, complain about them, and wish desperately for an easier existence. The Stoic perspective transforms this interpretation completely. Instead of viewing hardship as a cruel interruption, the Stoic mind recognizes it as a powerful instrument for growth, resilience, and character refinement. Strength rarely develops in comfort. Ease may provide temporary pleasure, yet it rarely cultivates endurance, discipline, or wisdom. Consider the process through which nature shapes greatness. Diamonds emerge under immense pressure deep beneath the earth. Steel gains its durability through intense heat and relentless hammering. Likewise, the human character evolves through challenge and difficulty. Hardship functions as a forge where resilience is shaped and sharpened. When adversity appears, most individuals ask a question driven by frustration. Why is this happening to me? This question often leads to bitterness, blame, and helplessness. The Stoic mind replaces this question with something far more constructive. What strength can this situation develop within me? This subtle shift in perspective transforms suffering into instruction. Challenges reveal abilities that comfort conceals. During peaceful moments, courage remains invisible. Patience remains dormant. Determination remains untested. Only difficulty summons these qualities into action. The Stoic recognizes hardship as a teacher that exposes hidden potential. Consider the experience of failure. Many individuals interpret failure as humiliation or personal inadequacy. Embarrassment clouds their judgment, and they retreat from future attempts. The Stoic approach views failure through a different lens. Failure becomes a form of feedback, a revealing mirror reflecting weaknesses that require improvement. Each unsuccessful attempt carries valuable information that guides the next effort with greater intelligence. Obstacles also cultivate patience, a virtue that rarely flourishes in smooth circumstances. When progress slows, when plans encounter resistance, and when results take longer than expected, impatience often erupts. Yet patience develops precisely during these moments. The Stoic understands that meaningful achievements frequently demand persistence over extended periods. Difficult experiences also sharpen emotional endurance. When life flows effortlessly, emotional resilience remains fragile because it has never been tested. The first serious setback may feel overwhelming. Stoic individuals train their minds to remain steady during adversity. Instead of collapsing under pressure, they stand firm, learning to navigate turbulence with calm awareness. Another remarkable benefit of hardship lies in its ability to clarify priorities. Comfortable conditions often encourage distraction. People chase superficial desires, temporary pleasures, and unnecessary concerns. When genuine difficulty appears, the mind suddenly distinguishes what truly matters from what never deserved attention. Hardship strips away illusions and reveals the essential foundations of life: integrity, courage, compassion, wisdom. The Stoic attitude toward hardship does not romanticize suffering or seek pain unnecessarily. Instead, it embraces the reality that struggle inevitably accompanies meaningful progress. Every field of mastery science, art, leadership, athletics, philosophy demands effort, discipline, and persistence through difficulty. The Stoic welcomes this process as part of personal evolution. Even criticism, which often wounds pride, can become a valuable source of development. Harsh words may initially provoke discomfort, yet they sometimes contain hidden truth. The Stoic evaluates criticism calmly, extracting useful insights while discarding malicious exaggeration. In this way, even negativity becomes a source of refinement. Adversity also strengthens independence of character. When circumstances grow difficult, many individuals depend heavily on external reassurance or approval. The Stoic gradually develops inner stability that does not depend on constant validation. Confidence grows from the knowledge that challenges have been faced and endured. Every hardship also presents a training ground for courage. Courage does not emerge during safe and predictable situations. It reveals itself when uncertainty appears and action still becomes necessary. By confronting difficulty rather than fleeing from it, the Stoic gradually builds a fearless spirit capable of facing future trials with composure. Historical greatness often grows from adversity rather than privilege. Many influential thinkers, leaders, and innovators experienced significant obstacles during their journeys. Instead of surrendering to frustration, they used hardship as motivation to strengthen determination and creativity. Stoic philosophy encourages individuals to adopt this same transformative mindset. Difficult circumstances can also deepen empathy and understanding. A person who has experienced struggle often becomes more compassionate toward the challenges faced by others. Hardship softens arrogance and cultivates humility. The Stoic recognizes that adversity connects human experiences across different lives and backgrounds. Another valuable lesson hardship offers involves adaptability. Plans rarely unfold exactly as expected. Unexpected changes, disruptions, and obstacles demand flexible thinking. The Stoic trains the mind to adjust intelligently rather than stubbornly resisting reality. Adaptability allows progress even when original plans collapse. Hardship also exposes the difference between comfort and fulfillment. Comfort may provide immediate pleasure, yet it often leads to stagnation. Fulfillment grows from overcoming difficulty, achieving progress through persistence, and witnessing personal growth through effort. The Stoic chooses fulfillment over temporary ease. Mental endurance gradually expands through repeated exposure to challenge. Each difficulty faced with courage strengthens the mind's ability to confront the next challenge with greater stability. Problems that once appeared overwhelming eventually feel manageable. The Stoic perspective treats adversity as an opportunity for training rather than punishment. Every struggle becomes a chance to practice patience, courage, wisdom, discipline, and resilience. Through this consistent practice, character evolves into something far stronger and more refined than comfort alone could ever create. Hardship, therefore, transforms from an enemy into a silent instructor, shaping the individual through pressure, challenge, and perseverance while revealing deeper layers of strength, clarity, and determination within the human spirit. Human character stands as the most valuable possession a person can cultivate. Wealth may appear and disappear, reputation may rise and fall, and circumstances may change with startling speed. Yet principles remain the steady foundation upon which a meaningful life is built. Stoic philosophy places extraordinary emphasis on inner discipline and moral clarity because these qualities shape every decision, every action, and every interaction. To live with strong principles means allowing wisdom, integrity, and self-control to guide behavior regardless of temptation, pressure, or convenience. Many individuals drift through life, guided by momentary impulses or shifting public opinion. Their choices change depending on popularity, approval, or immediate advantage. A Stoic mind refuses to surrender direction to such unstable influences. Instead, it develops a clear internal compass built upon enduring virtues such as honesty, fairness, courage, humility, and responsibility. These virtues become the invisible architecture supporting every action. Living by principles requires remarkable self-discipline. Discipline is not simply the ability to resist temptation. It is the ability to remain loyal to what is right, even when doing so feels difficult or inconvenient. The Stoic understands that convenience often whispers persuasive excuses. It invites shortcuts, encourages dishonesty, and promises quick rewards. Yet, such rewards usually carry hidden consequences that slowly erode character. Integrity acts as a silent guardian against these temptations. When integrity guides behavior, actions align naturally with values. Words reflect truth rather than exaggeration. Decisions prioritize fairness rather than selfish advantage. The Stoic understands that each small choice contributes to the construction of personal character. Every honest decision strengthens integrity, while every compromise weakens it. External pressure frequently tests these principles. Social environments sometimes reward unethical shortcuts or manipulative behavior. In such situations, individuals without firm values may adapt their conduct to gain approval or advantage. The Stoic perspective rejects this fragile dependence on external validation. Instead, it encourages independence of thought and unwavering loyalty to virtue. Courage plays an essential role in maintaining strong principles. It often requires bravery to act ethically when others choose easier paths. Speaking truth in uncomfortable situations, defending fairness when injustice appears, or refusing dishonest opportunities may invite criticism or isolation. The Stoic individual accepts these challenges with calm determination, recognizing that moral strength carries far greater value than temporary acceptance. Another important dimension of principled living involves consistency. True character does not fluctuate according to audience or circumstance. A Stoic behaves with the same honesty whether observed or unseen, praised or criticized, rewarded or ignored. This consistency creates reliability, and reliability builds trust. Trust becomes one of the most powerful forms of influence a person can possess. Self-discipline also strengthens control over desires. Human desires constantly demand attention. Desires for pleasure, recognition, power, comfort, and admiration. These desires are not inherently harmful, yet when they dominate decision-making, they often distort judgment. Stoic discipline trains the mind to examine desires carefully rather than obey them blindly. Through reflection and awareness, the Stoic learns to distinguish between what is beneficial and what merely appears attractive. Immediate gratification may promise pleasure but lead to regret. Principled thinking allows individuals to choose long-term growth instead of short-term satisfaction. Living with strong principles also cultivates inner peace. When actions align with personal values, the mind experiences clarity rather than conflict. There is no need to conceal mistakes, fabricate excuses, or defend dishonest behavior. The conscience remains calm because choices reflect integrity. Another remarkable benefit of principled living involves personal dignity. Dignity emerges when individuals maintain self-respect through honorable conduct. Regardless of external success or failure, a principled individual retains a sense of pride grounded in moral consistency. No amount of wealth or fame can replace this quiet confidence. Strong principles also elevate relationships. Honesty nurtures trust. Fairness encourages respect. Responsibility strengthens cooperation. People naturally gravitate toward individuals whose actions reflect dependable values. The Stoic approach, therefore, contributes not only to personal development, but also to healthier communities and stronger connections. Principled living does not imply rigid stubbornness or moral arrogance. Stoic wisdom encourages humility and reflection. When new information reveals that a belief or behavior requires adjustment, the Stoic adapts thoughtfully while preserving core ethical values. This balance between firmness and humility allows continuous growth. Self-discipline further sharpens the ability to manage daily habits. Small actions repeated consistently shape the trajectory of life. Rising with determination, completing responsibilities diligently, controlling speech thoughtfully, and practicing patience during frustration gradually strengthen discipline. These habits accumulate quietly until they transform character into something powerful and admirable. Even during moments of exhaustion or discouragement, principles provide guidance. When motivation weakens, discipline sustains progress. When confusion appears, values illuminate the correct direction. Principles act as steady anchors during emotional storms. Stoic philosophy views virtue not merely as an admirable trait, but as the highest form of achievement. While society often celebrates fame, luxury, and influence, the Stoic recognizes that these external rewards cannot substitute genuine character. Virtue alone creates a life worthy of admiration and respect. Every situation presents an opportunity to reinforce these principles. Simple moments, speaking honestly, honoring commitments, treating others with fairness, exercising patience, accepting responsibility, gradually sculpt the architecture of character. The Stoic understands that greatness rarely emerges from dramatic gestures. It develops through countless disciplined choices repeated faithfully. Such dedication to values gradually creates a powerful sense of freedom. When behavior aligns with principles, individuals no longer depend on fluctuating approval or temporary rewards. Their actions arise from conviction rather than pressure. A life guided by strong principles therefore becomes steady, purposeful, and meaningful. Discipline strengthens the mind, integrity protects dignity, and virtue illuminates every decision. Through this unwavering commitment to moral clarity, individuals cultivate a character that remains resilient regardless of circumstance. And ultimately, a person who lives with unwavering principles and disciplined integrity carries within them a strength that no adversity, temptation, or uncertainty can ever diminish.